So what's the Grape Explorer talking about today? Well, we are going to zoom in on our Bordeaux series on what I consider to be one of the finest of all properties in Bordeaux. This is called Chateau Haut Brion. And we're going to tell you a little bit about this property as far as its history. The current owners are the Clarence Dillon family, and the managing director is Prince Robert of Luxembourg. So this is quite an illustrious domain. It's actually the oldest property in the region of what we call Pessac. So if we look on a map here, you've got Pessac-Lignon, and you'll see this line going right here into downtown Bordeaux. And the reason why is because Pessac is here. The reason why is it's the closest proximity of any chateau to downtown Bordeaux. Yes, it's right up against the city, but it's got a lot of history here that I wanted to at least bring into detail. I've always felt that Haut Brion was one of the best properties in all of Bordeaux. One of the interesting facets about this wine is it's built to last. There's been many times when people have tried to change Bordeaux, tried to change it to be a little more, approachable, young. That's not the philosophy here. So the Delmas family has been the ones to run this property. They are the winemakers. I got a chance to see the younger Delmas in Bordeaux. Very energetic guy, very proud of the history of Bordeaux. But we wanted to zoom in on a couple of things. One, this is 2019, which was a mega vintage in Bordeaux. But again, when we talk about this area, we're talking about graves and we're talking about gravel soil. So again, when these wines are built to age, they have a lot of tannin when they're young, but you're talking Cabernet Sauvignon. So the primary grape here is Cabernet, followed by a Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and Petit Verdot. But the soil here is gravel soil. You've had many illustrious people visit this property. Thomas Jefferson was here when he was the ambassador, U.S. ambassador in 1787. He came to this property visiting, and it went into his memoirs as one of the finest wines that he had actually tasted. But got a chance to taste the 22, and it's interesting when you go to primeur. We're tasting, of course, barrel samples, but just to give you a little bit of the highlights of my notes. So deep impressive color, expansive notes, explodes dried red fruits, exotic spice, and mineral. Very sappy, luxurious fruit on the palate, mineral raspberry spice tones in the front, long, dense mid-palate in the back finish, long mineral tone finishes as well. Wow. Haut Brion, I cannot wait to see how this wine evolves, because this was a 9900 point wine to me. But again, these are the wines that you cannot drink young. You're gonna have to put these wines away. They're built to age. And that's kind of the beauty of Haut Brion. These are wines that say, do not open me for a very long time. And we look at these wines and we say, of course, there's first gross, and all the first gross are in Medoc except for one wine, Haut Brion, which is in Pessac, Grave region. It was the one wine that was, besides the Medoc wines, to be put into what we call the first gross. If you look at our Ferret book here, it's the leading property in Ferret, right here in the front. So Chateau Haut Brion, beautiful property. Again, this is the Grape Explorer. We're talking about grapes, we're talking about Grand Cru Classe, and we're talking about wine.